Hi, hello, it's Leilani from the Bible in 1 Year. Today we are reading 2 Corinthians chapter 4. Now, the Apostle Paul has been giving wonderful pictures of what it looks like to be a Christian. In the first 6 verses of this chapter, Paul has described Christians as those who are beholding the light of the gospel. But let us take a moment and place our focus on the next few verses, verse 7 to 9. Now, out of the Amplified Translation, it reads, "But we have this precious treasure, the good news about salvation, in unworthy earthen vessels of human frailty, so that the grandeur and surpassing greatness of the power will be shown to be from God, His sufficiency, and not from ourselves. We are pressured in every way, hedged in, but not crushed, perplexed, unsure of finding a way out, but not driven to despair, hunted down and persecuted, but not deserted to stand alone, struck down, but never destroyed." Paul says that we have this treasure. The gospel message of Jesus is this treasure. But he also says that we have this treasure in clay jars. Now, clay jars were common, unimportant, temporary, and expandable. If a clay jar broke, you did not try to fix it. You just threw it out and replaced it. So Paul does not say that this gospel message is to be contained in gold treasure boxes. No. The treasure of the gospel is held in clay jars, fragile boxes. Now, this is how Paul paints a picture of himself. And I think it's how we can consider ourselves as well. Paul does not say that he is a unique, fine work of art, worthy of the highest value. No, he is a clay jar among many clay jars, carrying the treasure of the gospel. The power is in the message and not the clay jar. God put the treasure of the gospel in human containers, like Paul, and also like us. And he put it in us with a purpose, to show that the treasure of the gospel has nothing to do with the jar. Simply being the messenger and not the message. Now, what does it look like to be a clay jar Christian? Well, I think it looks perplexed, persecuted, and struck down. But because we carry the treasure, we are not crushed, driven to despair, not forsaken, and not destroyed. We may be knocked down, but we will never be knocked out. Our strength comes from God and His sustaining power, understanding the mission that He has given us. Our strength does not come from ourselves because we are just clay jars. God gives us strength through our hardships because the hope we have is in the gospel and the message that we proclaim. So let us hope in this. We do not have to be perfect. We do not have to look perfect. It is okay to sometimes feel fragile. It is okay to feel, in ordinary English, simple. God does not look at what we can bring to the table, because He brings the whole table and invites us to sit down and be part. He is our strength in every season, and we should reveal Him to this world, just like that. Now, this is a very interesting chapter, and I think we can discuss a lot of it. So I urge you to please go and study this chapter and see what God reveals to you. So until we read together again next week, be blessed and goodbye.